And so Jesus says, his own sheep hear him and know his voice. Now, Jesus is saying a lot to these people. But in order to really understand what this is all about, I want to give you some background into what's going on in chapter 9. Please take the time to read it on your own time. But in chapter 9, Jesus has healed a man who had been blind from birth. Now, under normal circumstances, you would think that that would be a good thing. But somehow or another, thieves and robbers, I call them haters. Anybody got haters? The haters somehow made that a bad thing. The man had been blind from the day he was born, and he comes into contact with Jesus. Jesus spits on the ground, takes the clay, puts on his eyes, and now he can see. And I don't know about you, but anytime something good happens to me, I'm going to make sure somebody else knows about it. And so he was telling everybody, hey, I can see now. I can see now. And the church folk, touch your neighbor and say church folk. The church folk got together and figured out something was wrong with this. He didn't come to church and get his eyes open. He didn't even put nothing in the offering plate. Somehow this was a bad thing. So they get the man, they interrogate him. They even bring his mama and his daddy. What's going on? And they're like, he a grown man. Talk to him. Eventually the man gets frustrated. He said, listen, I don't know about that or this. But this one thing I do know, I once was blind, but now I see. Isn't that amazing? There are currently people in your life that are interrogating you because of the good things that God is doing in your life. And you finally get to a point and say, listen, my life was bad. Now it's on the right track. Get thee behind me, Satan, and leave me alone. That's eventually what you have to do with haters in your life. Nonetheless, we get to this point where Jesus pretty much just tells them off.